Yeah.
Hey yo, man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at me just by
What's up,
how your
everybody?
face
Welcome to
look.
the Film
You
Leroy
can check the
Judgment
status on my
Podcast.
love.
What's up, everybody? This is Phil back in the house.
And I'm Leroy. So what's going on, Phil?
Nothing much. You got me out here in the cold, freezing my butt off just to get disappointed. But it is what it is.
Well, we had a guest that was supposed to show up, and the guest have to reschedule. So we got, well, it's not a bad thing because we got a Triple Crown champion with us. We got a IBF, WBC, and WBO champ. Do you get the joke? Okay. We got Stacey here, and we had Mikejohnny Sports Bar. What's the address?
98 North 5th Street, Darby, PA 19023.
Okay, so Stacey, how you doing?
Fine, and you?
I'm fine. Everything's well?
Yes.
Other than you on crutches. What's so funny?
Man.
So what happened?
I was walking my two dogs, minding my own business, and a pit bull from the neighbors across the street from my business ran out across the street and tried to attack me and my two dogs.
And what did you do during this time?
I immediately tried to, defend my dogs in the middle of it. I got dragged out into the street and my leg went all the way behind me into my back.
Ooh. But so the dog bit you?
No, the dog didn't bite me because my two dogs, was fighting with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
So then the girl ran out across the street and wound up grabbing her dog and marching it back across the street. She did ask me if I was hurt, and I just wanted her just to get away from me. Like, why was the dog even outside without a leash on?
Yeah, it's the same dog. I had that same situation with, but the dog didn't bite me or anything.
Did it chase you?
No, I didn't see it. See, it's cars, like that empty lot over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's cars at that empty lot, so you can't see the dog in between the car. When I jogged past there, I saw the guy standing there, and then I seen the dog come out and run between the car. He just like ran up to me. No, he didn't bite me or do anything like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, yo, like howling there. I'm like pointing at the dog, and I'm saying to myself, why in the world would you have this dog out here and without a leash on?
Yeah, and that was kind of funny because the week before, I was walking the dogs, and he was on this side of the street, and I was coming. Thank God I was on the other side of the street, and I just warned him about having that dog off without having a leash on it, And it's the same dog that happened the next week, the following week. That's the same dog, same incident. So I want, one of the bus driver that was coming across the railroad tracks happened to see what happened and called the police.
Mm-hmm.
Right. See, they need to be reported because even though nobody got hurt, what if it was a kid?
Well, the bad part about it was I had to get my, my bearings right because I was in the street, and by me being on the other side of the railroad tracks, if it was a regular car, they would have came. A lot of people come across the railroad tracks, fast with that lump right there, and they can't see across that lump, and I would have got killed probably or very badly hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So my shoe went one way, my shoe was in the middle of the street, my sock was on the sidewalk. That's how hard I fell.
Oh, okay. So when that happened, did you walk back in here, or you just called the ambulance when you was outside, or?
No, I wound up coming right back to the bar.
Okay.
And she did keep apologizing, but I didn't even want to hear her apology because I just kept on telling her, why wasn't that dog on a leash?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Especially you talking about a pit bull. It ain't like it's a little dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the same dog. So when did you go to the hospital?
I didn't have to go to I didn't never go to the hospital because I had stuff already here from an accident that I had before.
Okay.
I wasn't going to waste no time because people talking about you might have to sit up there 6 or 7 hours. And I had just lost a cousin who was at the hospital. She was complaining about pain in her stomach. And they made her wait 11 hours in the emergency room before they even, saw her. Mm-hmm. And by that time, it was too late. She had passed.
What did she pass away from?
She had a gallstone that had went somewhere into her liver.
Mm-hmm.
And if they probably wouldn't have made her wait all that long in an emergency, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't worth, my time. And they just had her funeral on Friday, yesterday.
Now, is that a malpractice situation?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. He's going to have to contact his lawyer, her husband.
Mm-hmm. Do people come and ask you, do family members come and ask you for legal advice?
Mm-hmm. All the time. But it's only so much I can answer because I do real estate. So.
Yeah, it could be like malpractice or accident. Like, I just got hit by a car. Can I sue them? They do that to you?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? They get on your nerves about it?
No, I just tell them, I don't do that type of law. They're going to have to, find somebody that does.
Mm-hmm. Now, last episode, the Triple Crown champ Stacey told us that she was going to Vegas. So, give us the review
Vegas?
on the Usher residency.
I had a wonderful time out there. Yeah, we.
But see, you didn't say that before. You said you were sick.
Not when I went to Vegas.
Vegas with your brother?
Yeah.
Oh, you wasn't sick?
No, something happened with my eye.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you had like a cold or something.
No, something happened with my eye when I was out there. I scratched my retina by mistake. No, I was sick.
So you was partying so much, you scratched your retina?
No. Sometimes, I got dry eyes. So I, constantly rubbing them. Yeah.
Okay, so how was it?
Vegas?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Vegas was wonderful. But we didn't see too much of Vegas. We went to Lake Mead, and we went to what was that? We went, Holly?
Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon.
The Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam. And
Valley of Fire.
yeah, the Valley of Fire.
What's that?
It's
National Park.
it's a national park.
Oh, okay. I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Where,
Really
is it
nice.
Nevada? Is it Nevada or Arizona?
Some of it is in Nevada, some of it is in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you went like hiking, or you just went there?
No, we just went there to sightsee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And-
So every day we were like basically, driving out.
Mm-hmm.
We just stayed in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. Even while we were out there, we only seen the casino twice.
Mm-hmm.
We seen this casino that was out there in the desert. We went to that coming back. And then we went to another casino one night, and that was basically it.
Mm-hmm. And how was the marijuana?
Oh, I don't smoke.
Oh, come on now. So, wouldn't you taste the marijuana if you go there?
Of course.
So you went there and they get none of the marijuana?
Nah, nope.
So what else did you do there?
That was basically it because, once you drive all the way out to those places, you mostly spend the whole day.
Right.
When you get back, you're kind of a little tired.
So your hotel was in Vegas, so you rented a car, and then that's when y'all went to Arizona.
Yeah. And we had a good time because at the Hoover Dam, it was very, very, very beautiful because on one side you're on Nevada, and then you're on the other side you're in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes time to get there and go all through, and then you stop and you take pictures and do stuff like that by the time you get back. And then whatchamacallit, the other one is what's the other one? What did I say it was? I can't remember.
The national park?
Not the national park. Holly, what's the first place we went?
Grand Canyon?
Grand Canyon. Yeah, Grand Canyon. I don't know why I can't even think of that. When we get to the Grand Canyon, that's like almost a 5-hour ride from, 4.5 to 5 hour ride out there. And then we stopped, we ate, did a little shopping, then got back on the road and went there and we actually spent the night there. Up there at Grand Canyon.
Now, how was the food? Please don't tell me you just ate at like Outback Steakhouse or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, no.
Yeah.
So you went all the way to Nevada, and you
Actually, we ate at the Golden Corral twice.
Oh. Phil, am I wrong here? Would you go to Nevada to cook?
No.
Yep, we sure did. Well, we went to one day we did the helicopter ride. So the helicopter ride, we took the package where it includes dinner and a limo, and you get to pick from a restaurant. So we went to this Brazilian restaurant out there. That was really
A steakhouse?
nice. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they had a lot of stuff on the menu.
That's
cool.
No.
Yes, that's
I'm
cool.
gonna give that on a scale of 1 to 10. I give it a 5 because you can go to the Brazilian steakhouse on Chestnut Street.
It's still different. You know what I mean? It's not the same.
No,
as
it's
like
not
a
the
chain restaurant.
Oh, it's not the same.
It's not. No, this is not a chain.
That's a chain, the one that's on Chestnut Street.
I don't know. I don't know because each of them are kind of. They say each one is different.
And
So-
what they do, like with the card or something, when you
Yeah.
finish eating? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's about the same.
All right, so Philip said that was cool, so we'll give you
that's
a pass on it.
I mean, it's better than Outback and Golden Corral and all that type of stuff. So that's better than that.
You have a phone and Google. You could have Googled nice restaurants while you were there.
Well, we didn't have to because the only time we didn't really have to go out and eat because we were in a condo. So we went shopping and bought our food and I cooked, at the condo. The only time I didn't cook at the condo, well, we went to the Grand Canyon because we actually stayed at night at a hotel up there.
Okay, so you Airbnb, not
No, it wasn't. It was a nice condo.
Oh.
Yeah, condos.
and you stayed for
A week.
no Usher. You stayed for a week and didn't see Usher in concert. huh?
Nope. Wasn't good. No, I'm not paying for them tickets. Them tickets is too high. In fact, we want to go back and see Adele, but her ticket's starting at $3,000. So she ain't worth $3,000 for me. She ain't worth $300.
If Phil, you in the podcast, but yet you looking at menus trying to order something.
Well, I ate real light thinking I'm going to be eating some vegan food today, and that didn't happen. So
All I had was an orange this morning. And that's it. I was like, I'll probably eat when well, let's not go there because the person.
yeah.
Oh, we did. Did you hear me telling us talking about what we were? We did we do a fantasy football in the Northeast, and so the guy said Philip had told us, we do a podcast and everything. So they said, well, bring your equipment. You can do a podcast and interview us and everything. So we did it. So first of all, when we got there. So let's just say it started at what time did it start? Like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
So 2 o'clock, you would think everything is set up and food is done, or at least cooking, and everything is set up. We knock on the door. They still in the bedroom. They looking out the bedroom window like, who's that?
We knocking on the door, banging hard too, because nobody coming to the door, and we see somebody peeking out the motherfucking curtains. Like, what's going on up there? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, you having a function. What y'all doing in the bedroom?
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, when everybody's supposed to be showing up right now.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
So we set up and everything. Of course, they unorganized, still bringing stuff out and everything like that. So we started a podcast and we started talking about it.
Talking shit, yeah.
Oh, we talked about it for at least a good 5 minutes.
Well, the drafting start for 2 hours later, knowing this is like an all-night draft because we draft defensive teams, so it's longer than any draft that's around. You know what I mean?
Maybe they just forgot.
No, they didn't forget it. No, they knew we was all coming and everything, and they still had to set up, and we had to wait for them to finish eating, and they want to sit. Oh, that one was bad. The one last time, well, not last year, so that'll be in 19.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be in 19.
No, 20.
20. No, 20.
Yeah,
no, 20 that happened.
The way they do football, so it'd be 1920.
Yeah. So 19. That was the that was the worst. How about when they all got drunk? They was all getting drunk, and somebody bought the weed, so they all started getting drunk and getting high, and they just totally forgot about everything when we were there. And Philip always say, "Well, all right, come on, let's get this show started."
All right, let's get this show on the road. Who next drafting? You up? I'm not trying to get the move because I ain't trying to be in the Northeast all night long.
Yeah, he tried to be the drill sergeant, trying to get people in motion. And how about when the girl ate 4 big plates? Now she was she was drafting 2, but see they do it on the board also, like the old school way.
Okay.
So she was going to board and doing all this stuff. She had to stop because she had to eat 3 times, and this is 3 big plates.
Oh God.
3 big plates.
And she's a small girl too.
Yep.
She's probably about 130 pounds. And that was the first time she got drunk too. Do you remember that? She was all drunk off of like wine coolers or something. Whatever. What the things called? You know what I'm talking about?
Wine coolers.
They're not wine coolers. They're like a beer, but they got the commercials. I can't think of the name of it. But she got tipsy off of that, and then she couldn't remember players or drafts or who was up what. It was like,
Yeah, and so we're not gonna do that this time because this person might come in and well, I'm not gonna go in too far too, just in case she don't show up. All right, so you went to would you live in Arizona?
No, not because it's too hot in the summertime.
Right. What about you, Phil?
But it was cold there when we went. It was cold.
In the morning time.
No, it was cold the whole week. It was colder there than it was here.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you?
yes, I was in Arizona. It is hot, from what I understand, but I've been in hotter places, so.
Yeah, it's very hot
Do you
there.
want to tell Stacey what places? Does Stacey know about you? Do you want to tell Stacey what hot places you've been to?
What hot places I've been to?
Yeah, you said you've been in hotter places. So what hot places you been to?
What you talking about?
What hot places you been to?
Iraq?
There you go. Yeah. You know he's a veteran.
Oh, congratulations. Thank you so
Appreciate
much for protecting our country.
And
Appreciate
free drinks on. You got free drinks. Oh wow. That means no.
And it's funny because you say that because like when I'm with the white boys and we go to like the white bars, as soon as somebody find out it's veterans in the house, they be like, drinks on us. And then somebody over there, no, I got the next round. And you be sitting there getting tore up, you know what I mean? Don't spend a penny. But we try not to do that because no matter where you go, first off, people know because even if we're not in uniform, you'll see a Mexican guy, a white guy, and a black guy, and you like probably looking at the haircuts. So you automatically just know like it got to be military or
That's
something like that.
offensive.
You know what I mean?
That's offensive. So a white, black, and a Mexican can't hang together.
You could, but where would you meet up at? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I got a funny story there too. But continue on.
No, I was just saying like so. A lot of times, everybody want to buy you stuff, and you don't want that attention. You don't want people paying for your food all. You know what I mean? So you'd be like, nah, it's okay, I got that. You know what I mean?
So one time, this is funny that you made me just think about this story. So I was going to Bahrain, where your grandma went, and so you don't be sitting in class every day. You in the end of the day might be like 1:30 or 2:30. So we would just always hang out. So it was a couple of people that lived in Logan. So we would like go in Logan and all that stuff. We would just like walk around or whatever. So it was somebody there say, I'm not going to say any names on here. So it was this Mexican guy. He was like full Mexican, like how you talk about. and he was military too. So he had that military haircut and all that stuff. So he was the only one that had a car. He was older than us. At that time, he probably was like in his. He was maybe he was like a Gulf War veteran at that time. So he had to be like maybe like in his mid to late 20s. So he the only one that had a car. So one of the guys said, "Hey man, won't you take me home? I gotta go get something." So home for him was Southwest. So we went to Southwest and we parked on the street. I'm not gonna say the name of the street. So we parked on the street, and keep in mind it's two black guys and it's a Mexican, just how you talked about. And he went in the house. And so the guys the guys start coming out the block. They're like, who is that? Right there, who that sitting in the car? And I'm not looking at them, I'm like, oh shit, don't tell me they don't hear. And so they just anybody in the car is like just not paying attention, and like I'm like on it. They're like, who that in the car? Like sitting there like that. They're like, I don't know who that is. And they walked around. They walked over again. And they was like, hey yo, you know who that in that car over there? They're like, no, who that? I'm like, oh shit. I was about to get up and be like, yo, hold on for a second. So they kept saying that over and over again. They're like, man, go in and get in the house, man. I don't know who that is sitting over there. So the person was in the house for a long time. So the person had came out. It was like, yo, you ain't just hear all that stuff that was going on? And they was like, no. And he was like, man, they was about to shoot this car up. And he was like, I kept hearing them saying like, who is this in the car and who's that? I didn't pay any attention to it. So I'm seeing them loading up their guns and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, who y'all talking about? He's like, I'm talking about that car right there. They're like, yo, no, that's mine. That's what they with me. I'm like, I heard it. And that's what I told him. I heard him saying that. And I was just about to get out of the car and say, whoa, hold on. Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, no, black guys and Mexicans can't hang together because you're an undercover cop or in the military, one or the other. That's a Leroy story. I got plenty of them where they come from. I thought you was about to say something. All right, so I guess we can get in our TV movie review. You see anything new?
Well, I just finished binge watching Power Book 2.
Are you already up to this season?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I binge watch it.
Okay. As a legal expert, settle this one. As a legal expert, how they had that little girl wear the wire, and the parents didn't even give a damn that the girl was wearing the wire.
I know.
Now, legally, is that legal for that young girl to have that wire like that and haven't been charged with anything?
But she's over 18, right?
Yeah, she's grown. She's in college.
Oh, I thought she was like, it doesn't.
No, she's in college.
Yeah, she's in
but
college.
it's still like, it should be like a gray area. Because she's probably 18 and you got the cops harassing her and making her wear a wire and the parents don't know. I think in a situation like that, I think the parents would be informed. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, legally, that doesn't...
I don't know nothing about that because I ain't been asked criminal.
Now, what's the stuff you liked about the series?
I like the action that's in it.
What kind of action is that?
I like the action. I do like the action, but I think the writers are very, very good.
No.
I do think the writers are good. Very talented.
No, I think the writing is rather sloppy.
I think that comes with being a guy female type of thing, because Shay liked the writing too, my wife, and I was like, what? This writing is horrible. Like the storylines don't add up. Like you said before, the age is not adding up. Now she came out on one of her little question and answers, and she came out and she apologized, saying that they screwed up with the age and they didn't realize it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but Shay was telling me about it. You know
because how can a boy be 4 years older than what he really is, and nobody knows?
Well, I brought that up from the jump. I said, hold on, how she got a kid, but the other two kids don't know about him, and she was married? That had to be before. So the other dude must have been locked up, and she was messing with that boy. You know what I mean? You said it. But then even still, like, he's supposed to be in college, but he's 24. You know what I mean? Like, 24, you're supposed to already be in the league. Like, stuff ain't just adding up. You got medical records. You can't just...
Yes. So the kid never went to the hospital. He never went to the doctor. Just like automatically a 4-year-old kid is just being born. That doesn't make any sense. See, that's what we talk about, like the writing. Like, you can't take a 4-year-old. Now, I can see if the kid was like 7 months, 10 months or something like that, and you made him like, oh, he was just born or whatever. That's different.
Well, remember she said in that scene that she went down south and had him.
Right, but so they didn't have doctors in 1992.
She could have been midwifed at home.
But it still don't add up, because her husband knew her when she was young, and so did the other guy, Mecca, knew her when she was young. How do y'all both know her when she's young? Y'all both got kids by her, but y'all don't know each other. That don't add up.
Right. See, I was thinking that they were was brothers or something like that.
That's what I was thinking
until they had met, when they had met each other. So, what else you like about the show?
I just like the action, basically the action in it. I don't know, but I'm still questioning what happened to the girl when she got out the car. Did they kill her, or did they, what happened to her?
I don't think so.
They didn't kill her.
No, I don't think so. I think the girl, because remember when what's the white kid name? Braden, yeah. When Braden was talking to the girl, Effie is her name, right? Was about being good and having conscience and all that stuff, and she got to thinking about it, and I think she just probably took her to like the bus stop or something like that.
Well, she assumed that Braden was going to kill her, so that's why she jumped in and just grabbed her away. Even though Braden had already changed his mind, she didn't know that.
Right.
So that's why she cracked him upside the head to make it seem like she going off him, and then just got her out of town. You know what I mean, like that. Because when these shows, when people die, they show a body. You know what I mean? Even though guys get blasted left and right, but when girls is like, they don't really like show them getting blasted or beat up and nothing. Like even with the teacher, we don't know what happened to her. Like Mary talking to her, next thing you know, she hung herself. Did Mary hang her? Did Mary force her to hang herself? Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Also about Philip had some of this stuff about these conspiracy theorists that think that ghosts are still alive.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, what about you?
That
Philip?
they never showed a casket with the body in it.
Right.
And also about how like the adoption stuff, and he was right. He had those notes that the lawyer was giving him about you
right. So
sucker
so
and
like
I'll beat you
all
and
this new stuff just keep coming up about what ghosts have in place. Now he ain't been around, but new stuff is coming up. Like he could have been told him that if that was the case for her to go into foster care.
Right.
And then did you see where I told you about the ambulance?
Yeah.
So like she was his wife. Was Tasha? Tasha was outside the club with the gun, and right in front of her it was an ambulance with the doors open.
Right.
And then as soon as he supposedly killed his dad, they showed the ambulance ride past while he's walking the street. Like there's no way the ambulance would have got the body and been flying off like that while he walking away. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then they showed the clip. Did you see when he was at the casket? I mean, not the tombstone, the graveyard. He was talking to his dad. And in the background, they showed a shadow walk over to the ambulance, get in the ambulance, and drive off.
I didn't see that.
I didn't.
It was on the video they showed. They showed
the
clips.
one you sent me.
I think it was the one I sent you. Yeah.
I don't remember that part.
And so I told Shay that, and then on the last episode, Braden was in the street talking. And did you see when the camera shifted and they showed the ambulance?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The camera shifted and they showed the ambulance. So if somebody fucking around with us, maybe they saw that and they plan on it, so they're gonna keep throwing this ambulance in our face, or that's the real kid. Because they saying that in the earlier seasons, Tommy was talking about buying the ambulance company and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the key right there, that if Ghost is alive, it is. And she's like, well, she already came out and said he's not coming back. I said, but that's because they don't want to give it up. They do that all the time on shows, tell you one thing and then surprise you at the end.
Now, the question for both of you is the writers that smart to pull this shit off?
I think because that's what the fans want, it's still time to change it, and that's why they put little stuff in there just in case they want to change it. Like originally, he's probably supposed to be dead, but if all the fans keep talking about it, and then you throw adding in the little clues that make it seem like he's still around, you still have that door open if you want to bring him back or not.
Right. What about same you?
That's what I believe too.
Okay. Anything else you watched?
The show, the new African American show. I think it comes on Channel 10. Holly, what's the name of that show? Our Kind of People. That's good too.
Is this a sitcom? A drama?
Yep, that's good.
And what is it about? You talking about like the Boulay? Well, it's based on the Boulay, but they don't call it the Boulay. With Yaya, and it's not on Channel 10. It's on Fox.
Oh, it's on.
And the girl, she found out that she was related to the.
Yeah.
It's based on the Boulay, but they don't call it that. I watched one episode. No disrespect, but it's more like female.
It's
a
pretty
female
good.
kind of show. But I watched the show where the girl was getting ready for that ball that they had. So the daughter is likes the gay girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the daughter likes the daughter. And who is Yaya? Who does the mom? Yaya likes who is that guy to them? He's not related. He's like works at the place or something, right?
Which guy? It's a couple guys in there.
I don't know. I only seen one episode. So. That's him.
Darby.
So what does he do there? He work for him, or
He's like an engineer. He has his own construction company.
So why is he around?
Because his father used to be head of security for the billionaire,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got killed, and then he raised him, sent him to boarding school, paid for everything.
Okay.
So he's like part of the family.
All right. And what was the episode? She was like sneaking around. They had a dinner, and did the father? He didn't like pass out or was in the hospital or anything, was he?
Yeah, he was having a heart attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that was that episode where he had a heart attack. But when I looked at it, the show it's okay, but it's more like female based. Of course, you have never heard of this before, right?
No, I just looked it up and
Yeah, it's pretty good, but you probably have to start from number 1 and then
watch it. Yeah.
watch it all the way down, because that's what I did.
And what else?
I haven't watched anything else yet.
No, what's your show that you watch with the train? You haven't watched that?
Snowpiercer.
No, I haven't watched Snowpiercer yet. I like Snowpiercer though.
I put that in my queue to watch it, but I never watched it yet.
What about you, Phil?
The Handmaid's Tale. I mean, not the Handmaid's Tale. What's the one with the baby? I can't think of the name of it now. Did I tell you about that one with the? It's based in Philly. It's M. Night.
It's a TV show.
It's a TV show. It's good too, but what happened was the lady like worked for Channel 6. She's a news reporter, but in the summer it was like, I don't know, 100-degree weather.
Sovereign? Is it Sovereign or is it an Apple show?
Servant. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Servant. That's good. It just started back up. We watched 2 episodes. It's a little crazy, but it's a good show.
Now, tell us what it's about again. I'm sorry for
It's about it's an M. Night, so you know it's a weird show.
Yes,
you know
that's
what I mean?
why I said when you said.
So it's a little bit of cult type stuff in it. So they get a nanny. Well, what happened? I don't want to give you too much, but
you can give us too much. What about you, Stacey?
Yeah, because I don't have Apple.
So he don't have it neither, but
we got waves. But the news reporter lady, she has a newborn baby. She like worked for Channel 6 too, and they got like Yuki Washington, and they like in Philly too. So it's like based in Philly. But she has a baby, a newborn baby, and the baby's in the car, and I guess she's all stressed out. So in the middle of the summer, she started taking all the groceries out of the car, but she forget the baby. She go in the house, lay down and take a nap. Well, the baby wound up dying in the car, like cooked, you know what I mean?
Right.
And her husband is a chef, making a lot of money. They got like a nice brownstone or whatever. So he gets a psychic to hypnotize her to make her forget that happened. Mm-hmm. And they get a nanny, and it's a young girl that pretty much ran away from like a cult that has a baby. So she believed the baby is her baby. Mm-hmm. So the nanny pretty much passed the baby off as her baby. Because what they did, they had a fake doll, like one of them real figures, but it was a fake doll. And that's who the mom had as her baby. Like after she got hypnotized, she thought the baby was alive. Mm-hmm. So she would like rock the baby, do all this stuff with the baby, thinking that the baby was her baby. So and she thought the baby was alive. But when the nanny came, the nanny switched out the baby with her baby. So now she thinking the baby is real. The baby named Jericho. She thinking that's the real baby. Right. But it's a crazy story. It's weird. You know, me and Shay watch it.
What else?
That one just started back up. I started watching Euphoria at your recommendation.
Do you watch
God damn, that show is crazy as hell. That show is crazy. I don't know who's the target audience because like my co-worker, she has a daughter that's 18 and her daughter watches it. And I wouldn't feel comfortable if my 18-year-old daughter watched the show. But she's adult, so nothing you can do. Right. And then like grown people, like who's their target audience? That show is fucked up. There's so much crazy shit going on in that show.
What station does that come on?
HBO.
I don't know.
HBO.
Oh yeah, because I heard on Fox. You know, I watch Alex and Mike Jarrett in the morning, and I know she was saying she was watching it, and he said, "You watched that?" Yeah,
that show's like I told one of my coworkers, and she said she felt disturbed watching it. She watched 3 episodes. And she's like, she don't feel comfortable watching it.
Now, are you all caught up?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
All right, now, why in the world did they get that girl a suitcase full of drugs like that?
That was stupid. I mean, her plan was cool because she said, we're all underage. If we get popped, we're not going to do a lot of time. Right. But the drug kingpin don't care about how much time you get. She just want her money back for these drugs. So that was stupid that they gave her them drugs. And then she always call her a crackhead. But she's a we call her dope fiend. Yeah, she's a dope fiend or crackhead, whatever you want to call her. But she's heavily on drugs, so you don't give her those drugs. And then she ain't selling not one drug, ain't tell no friend, and just getting high as hell off of them drugs.
Right. This is our new Nubian queen Zendaya. Now she's like a straight full blown drug addict, right? And everybody this is like a neighborhood thing. So everybody in the neighborhood knows she's on something other than her mom. So she came up with this plan, like he said, to get a whole bunch of underage girls to sell drugs. So she had went to the neighborhood drug dealer. Now, neighborhood drug dealer is like a young guy that has a store, and he is a full-blown store, but he sells drugs out the store also. Him and his little brother. His little brother's like, what, 12? What is his name? Matchbook? It's like Matchbook or something or whatever. Well, anyway, he told her no. I'm not doing that. So she went to another drug dealer, a big drug dealer, with this plan. And the drug dealer gave her the drugs. Now this is like a suitcase full of drugs, and just gave it to her. Gave a drug addict suitcase full of
pills,
drugs.
coke, everything is in that.
And I'm
thing.
saying to myself, she gonna wind up taking that stuff. And lo and behold, last episode she started using the
right.
drugs.
So she has to go to her rehab meetings. She took the bag with her to rehab.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she just keep it under her bed, and now she dibbling and dabbing in it.
So she has a sponsor. It's an older guy. The sponsor knew it was drugs in that bag. So he had asked her, well, what was in the bag? And she just like snapped on him.
I don't think he knew. I think he was just fishing. I don't think he knew.
But he knew something was up.
Right, because
just the way how he
because
like
who brings a
talking
big
to
bag like that?
Right.
All the other times you came here, you never had a bag with you. You running away from home. Like, come on now. So he was fishing when he said that. You know what I mean? About her snapping the way she did. Now he pretty sure it was.
Yeah. And what else?
I told you, Married at First Sight.
Did y'all watch that?
Yeah, we just had it on right before you
The
came.
newer episodes, not the old ones.
They on the honeymoon in
Puerto
Puerto Rico.
No, I didn't see that
So
one.
y'all probably watching older ones.
Yeah, it must be old ones.
Move.
So go ahead. What about the episode?
The one girl, she just played victim so much. Like, we already knew she was gonna be a pain in the ass anyway, because she was saying like, I just hope he's tall and handsome. I just hope he doesn't have snaggletooth. Everything she said was about looks. So then when she saw who she saw, she was disappointed, and she just played victim, crying all the time. He don't even do nothing, and she's upset. All type of stuff.
See, it's his fault because I want to stop dealing with. I guess you have to because it's TV.
Hello.
Blue.
How you doing? You want to sit down with us? Any of you?
Excuse me?
You want to sit down with
No,
us?
we come to decorate.
All right, you still can sit down with
No, we ain't got time.
So,
They having a party or something?
yeah, because I see.
The podcast?
Yeah, we do a
Y'all gonna be
podcast.
here all night?
Nah, the Phil and Liberated Judgmental podcast. If you go on and search us on all streaming platforms. All streaming platforms, ma'am. New Balance, all streaming platforms.
Okay.
She's like, whatever.
I'm not searching shit. I'm not Googling shit.
Did you watch anything new?
No, I'm going back to the You're Married at First Sight. Yeah, because I guess he had to deal with her because it's the show.
Right, so
But,
I was gonna say, like if I was him, after she said what she said the first night, she had a good time at the wedding, so she say, and she acted like it around her friends. But then she like, I don't feel comfortable being in the same room. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And like you said, because you got a contract, you got to be there. But I wouldn't pay her no mind.
Me neither.
Like whenever she's somewhere, I'm not on the opposite. If I'm in a restaurant and I see her, I'm going to another restaurant. If she at the beach where I'm at, I'm going to the other end of the beach.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll still hang around the guys and I'll tell her what. You see how she played the victim? Like she didn't want him telling like how she been acting, but now she's saying you're making me look bad. No, you're making yourself look bad on TV.
Right.
But he keep trying. I think he liked the way she looked.
Now, anything else?
Nothing really.
All right, I looked at, Joe Montana has a TV show on the Peacock. It's only about his majority of his San Francisco, about him being in San Francisco. He's being interviewed and everything. So I looked at that, and I told you about the show, the Tax Collector, with Shia LaBeouf.
Huh?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, yeah.
Playing the Mexican. He's like straight. I mean, like I gotta say, this guy's a good actor because he's straight Mexican. He acting straight Mexican. He talking in that cholo like, hey home, no home. I mean, really.
So he's
man.
Mexican.
Yeah, he's acting. He's
Oh,
talking
my.
just like it.
Is he doing a good job?
An excellent job, I gotta say. An excellent job. But it's some gangster shit. So that's why I said put it in your queue. The Tax Collector. I started watching, but it starts slow. You know they did a Nicole Brown movie. Have you ever heard about that?
Nicole Brown, OJ Nicole Brown?
Yeah,
No.
but they're doing it in perspectives like OJ didn't do it. Like you know how they say that
She was into drugs and all that stuff?
No, they didn't get any in drug thing, but they showed her at that restaurant that I told you about. But they ain't talk about that yet because I'm only like 30 minutes in.
This is a TV show?
No, it was a movie. And who's in it? What's the girl?
What's the name of it?
You know what? You know the girl that plays Orange from the New Black. You know the one that looked like a drug addict. She was in that. It's Hard Being a Pimp. What was that movie called? With Terrence Howard.
Tarantino.
No, Terrence Howard. What's that?
Terrence Howard. Oh, all right, that's what you're saying.
What's that girl?
Taryn Nanny.
That's what she always looked like. She was like on drugs or something like that.
Yeah, her name's
she's in it. If you find her name on there, you will find. It's like the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's her. She in it. She playing like the drunken girlfriend. Yeah, but they doing it in the perspective, like, you know how they say that the maintenance dude, the painter, did it. Mm-hmm. They doing on that perspective, so it ain't like about OJ or anything like that. I think it was like 19, maybe 18, maybe. Maybe like 20, 19.
It came
the
out
murder of Nicole Brown Simpson. I was right. There you go, 19. Yeah, she played Faye Bright, the person she played. I can't remember the names or anything.
It's good?
It's okay so far. And OJ was like stalking and busting her windshield and all that type of stuff. And an appearance by our Chris Jenner. Yeah, that's it. That's her. So when I favor this on here, it'll get favored on my app and pull it up. Set the tracks. And do the tax collector also. But I don't know if that is something that you and Shay will watch together. I don't know if she's into that stuff because this is like some gangster shit. That's
it's
it.
Good.
Yeah, it's like.
I think I did looked at this one time. All right. Check it out.
And Charlotte was like, "Hey, home, you know, really, man, you know, shit." And I was like, "Well, damn, this guy's good." So I looked at that. Do you look at The Peacemaker?
No, I got it in my queue, but I ain't.
Okay.
The girl at the job, her boyfriend always talking about.
Well, I don't know if that may not be a thing because my man is involved. The guy that's what's the guy James that does the Guardians of the Galaxy? Mm-hmm. James Gunn, is that his name? I think his name is James Gunn.
The director? Yeah.
So, but you know, it's always, you know, when he do shit, it's always got that funny type shit too. Mm-hmm. So it's got a whole bunch of that shit. So I don't know if that's your thing or not, but it's got some. These past couple of episodes had a lot of action in it. So I say just like watch like 2 episodes and see what you think.
Do these got shells on it?
So on Facebook and Twitter at P&L Judgmentals, TikTok at P&L Judgmentals, Instagram at the_Judgmentals, or you can email us at pnljudgmentals@gmail.com. I appreciate you. We'll have our guests come back the next time.
Peace out.
All right, y'all. Oh, thanks, Stacey, for doing this. Stacey doing something, so I'm just thinking about it. Alright.
I can tell you're mad at me just by how your face look. You can check the status on my level, not my Facebook. Comments on my photos, that's why I stay on the low. Most of y'all is a social